The main purpose of international law of convention is to weaken the war effects and to also prevent innocent people from the killings. It also regulates different stages of the war. The two stages are to weaken the enemies and to reduce the war effects. But I just want to ask you that all these laws are impactful in today's arena. Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss an important topic which is international laws for the war. And of course this topic is related to Israel-Palestinian issues. So this topic is important from GS2 perspective. Moving to the points of discussion part, first of all we will discuss the news and then what laws govern the conflicts and then what is the role of ICC, which is International Criminal Court, and what acts could violate the war crimes law. It means that what kind of the cruelty they are performing, it means they are which kind of the punishment they will amount, and then do the Geneva Convention apply on these kind of the situation, and after we will discuss practice question for prelims and then mains. So moving to the news part. So we all know that on 7th of October Hamas had attacked the Israel, and in retaliation Israel had also attacked the Gaza Strip, and between all these wars thousands of the innocent people are killed every day. So what about the rights of all those innocent people who are not indulged in any war crimes? So for this we are going to study that what are the international laws we have for this kind of the war. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about that what laws we have. So we have this International Human Law Convention. Under it we have International Criminal Code, Geneva Convention. So we will discuss in detail that all these conventions and codes apply to this kind of situation or not. So first we will look for the International Criminal Court. So it is a multilateral, you can say, kind of the court, and it was established in 2002 at Hague, Netherlands. And it has a jurisdiction over 123 countries because its members are 123 in numbers, and their main aim to reduce to war kind of situation in the whole world and also reduce the war sufferings and also prevent the innocent people from the war kind of the situation. But what is the twist about this International Criminal Code? Many of the developed countries and powerful countries are not part and are not signatories of International Criminal Code. And here we can see the example just like China, United States, Russia, even India and Egypt are not part of this kind of International Criminal Court. And what happened into this situation, that there is also a problem that ICC recognizes Palestine as a member state, while Israel does not pay attention to the International Criminal Court and it does not have any formal association with International Criminal Court. So this is the problem regarding International Criminal Code and why it is not effectively operating into this Israel-Palestinian issue. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about that, currently it is also facing different kind of problems and criticism. So many people are saying that it is Eurocentric in nature and its decisions are also race biased. So these kind of allegations it is facing, and currently it is investigating 17 cases including Ukraine, Afghanistan and Myanmar cases. And in the case of 2021 also, when Israelis had attacked the Al-Aqsa Mosque, in that case also what International Criminal Court has said that the violation has been caused from both the sides. So it could not have a particular or a different kind of stand onto this issue, and till now there has been no arrest made onto this issue. So these are the problems is with the International Criminal Court, and because of this thing this court is proving as an effective or ineffective organization into this Israel-Palestinian issue. Moving to the next slide, that what kind of the crimes amount to the punishment. So the first is the hostages. We have seen that Hamas has made hostages of Israeli people, murder, torture. So these are the crimes which are committed by both the party, which is amount to the international crimes and which are also amount to a severe punishment. And first it has been carried out by the Hamas, but you have said that US had also said that Israelis have every right to protect themselves and they had also right to retaliate. Of course they had also right to retaliate, but that should not amount to this kind of the cruelty, and humanity should be not compromised from the Israeli side. But what we are seeing today is that Israelis are also attacking in a very cruel manner. So they are also amount to a severe punishment. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is about the Geneva Convention. So many experts and war experts are saying that, is Geneva Convention is applied to this kind of situation or not. So first of all, we will briefly study that what is this Geneva Convention. So Geneva Convention is a series of conventions since 1864 to 1977, and it also has a similar aim like International Criminal Code. It also prevents the war kind of situation in the world, and it also protects the prisoners' rights, the wounded people rights, the innocent people rights, the medicos rights who are not indulged into this war. So this is a brief about the Geneva Convention, and it also says that, any kind of cruelty and compromise with humanity is not allowed, and they all are amount to a different kind of sanction and punishment. But all these organization and laws seems very unimpactful into this kind of the situation, and they are not showing much impact, and they are not coming as a very strong powerful organization into these kind of the situation. If they had become very effective in the Russia-Ukraine war, then they must have given the lesson to the whole world that if you indulge into such kind of the cruelty, then you may amount to this kind of the punishment, this kind of the sanctions. But unfortunately, they were very fruitless at that time. So moving to the practice question. So the practice question is related to Geneva Convention. So the first statement is the Geneva Conventions are multilateral international treaties. And the second statement is currently it has 196 signatories. So you have to be very careful with this number. So here they are asking the current statement, and you have to answer this in the comment section. Moving to the mains practice question. So the mains practice question is, what are the international laws for conflicts? Are all these effective into this kind of the war kind of situation? And here they are asking, examine. So first of all, you have to give a brief background that how worlds are suffering from different kind of the wars. You can give the most important example is Israel-Palestinian issue, and then Russia-Ukraine war, Afghanistan situation. They had also problem with this Talibani issues. So you cannot just give the international conflicts, you can also give the domestic conflicts, and many countries are facing this domestic kind of the problems. And so the international body has to intervene in this kind of thing, that why you guys are doing this kind of thing in your own country, because they are also violating the human rights. So first you have to give that how world is suffering from different kind of the wars, and what is the today's scenario for the world, and why in the 21st century, when most of the countries are adopting the democratic means, are suffering from these kind of the war kind of situation. Even Israel declare itself as that they are the democratic country, and by being a democratic country, they are indulged into different kind of cruel means. So you have to give brief background of all these things, and then you have to come up with that, what are the different international laws we have for this kind of the thing. So the first thing is that UN, and under UN we have this ICJ, International Court of Justice. We have also UASC. So these are the organization which works for the safety and the rights of the people. And then coming to we have this ICC, Geneva Convention, different peace organizations we have also. So these are the international laws we have for this kind of the conflicts. But here the second part is asking that are these effective in nature or not. So in today's arena, we have discussed that, when there was a World War I and World War II, of course, these kind of the organization had played very important role. But what happened in today, especially in Russia-Ukraine conflict and also in this Israel-Palestinian issue, all these organizations are not showing their much impact. Of course, so many developed countries has imposed sanction on the Russia, but they were not much impactful in nature, and sanctions are not the only solution to prevent war. So you have to write that, we have different kind of laws, we have different kind of organization, but they are not proving as fruitful because they are inactive in nature. And they have not made any kind of the arrest, they have not put any kind of sanctions on different kind of the organization, they have not arrested people. Then what's the need of such kind of the organization? In this way, these all organizations are seeming to be fruitless. So the world needs more powerful organization, and if they are existing today, they need to be act very actively in such kind of a situation, so that humanity could be saved and cruelty could be prevented. I hope you like this lecture. If you have any queries related to this lecture, kindly ask in the comment section. Thank you.